What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Reality Kingdom.
Drum roll.
Where we put the real in reality, bitch. I am your host, Pharaoh.
Now, what if it's
I'm
new
sorry,
people?
they're new.
What if it's new people?
I'm sorry. If you're new here, you're not a bitch.
Period.
If you've been here, you know what the fuck you are. You too. I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by a wonderful co-host, Lee, baby. We are here to talk our first season of Australian Survivor.
Period. Survivor.
I'm a
survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I'm not gonna sit up here calling these people bitches, mocking their accent. Like that's very
No, that's not what this is love. You know, the biggest form of love is what's it called? Flattery? No, the biggest form of flattery is repetitive. I love you.
Dumb.
Anyway, shout out to Theodore.
Right, because Theodore, you was the main one who bullied us into doing this. And actually, I'm excited because if it wasn't for you, I probably was not gonna watch Titan versus Rebels. I would have not gotten into the tea like that. So Theodore, baby, honestly, you did this single-handedly. I'm gonna let you this is
Theodore's episode. We should have titled it Theodore's Australian Survivor: Wow. And then
Aaron said, hey, before I watch this season, is it worth watching? I would say, yeah. I mean, personally, I've only watched Titan versus Rebels in full. And I feel like so far it's giving that energy. I really enjoy Titans versus Rebels. So I don't know. I'm feeling it.
Speaking of Titans versus Rebels, tell us so far about your Survivor Australia experience, because you and I, we're not on this Australian Survivor wave. We got introduced to it. We started watching it. So you've seen Titans versus Rebels. Tell us about that experience. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you fuck with it, or did you not?
I mean, you cannot hate Titans versus Rebels. And I said this on Twitter today. Like, as someone who only got into Survivor, I mean, I've seen 20 through 40 I've seen. And then before that, of course, bits and pieces. But I've seen most of Survivor US. I've watched since I was a kid, all types of things. So hearing that Survivor Australia was better, I was like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because for me, Survivor US really took a decline. I think I was just telling you that. During Ben's season, I stopped being as interested around when Ben won. Not necessarily because of Ben, but at that point, I was just like, okay, it's getting boring. And then when they introduced, I wasn't even paying attention to the Winners at War era. I didn't watch Winners at War until they started doing 41, and we started doing the podcast. Like, I had completely fell off of Survivor. If we were not doing the podcast, I probably wouldn't even be watching it anymore. But now that we started the podcast, I got more into it. So I was just like, okay, let me go back and watch some older seasons. It really got myself attached to it. But, Survivor, it has just been naturally on a decline, which happens to a lot of shows after they've been on for so long. So watching Titans versus Rebels, I felt like, oh, wow, this is what Survivor feels like. And what I've come to the conclusion is the reason why modern Survivor Australia is so good is because it has so many good qualities from the origin of Survivor. What happens when a show lasts so long, the newer contestants aren't really doing anything original anymore. They're not trying to break out of their box. They're not trying to be good TV. They're not trying to be interesting villains. Jeff said he doesn't even want villains anymore. Australian Survivor, they're there to make TV first. And I kind of live. I'm sorry. I kind of live a little bit because the girls in the US is going there to play strategy and still suck. So I'd rather them suck and be entertaining than suck and be boring. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, the Survivor US cast, while some interesting strategy has taken place, for the most part, it's boring. That's why I can't remember anyone from 41 through now, because it's like, okay, they all got the same season number and they all seem like the same person in my head. So I feel like watching Titans versus Rebels, I was like, okay, this is why I really, really enjoy Survivor. And I feel like I haven't been getting out of Survivor for a while. So for me, I said this earlier, Titans versus Rebel is literally better than 41 through 47. And I stand by that.
All of them?
Yeah, if you want to compare Survivor US to Survivor Australia, at least these Titans versus Rebels area, because I've heard that the seasons before Titans versus Rebels was also kind of good too. It's like you need to watch old school Survivor because that's where you're going to get it from.
Damn.
You're not gonna get what you're looking from out of Survivor if you watch 41 through 47. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Carl basically said it too. Shout out to Carl Knight, period king. Already better than US Survivor. And it is. I'm sorry. These first 3 episodes have had me hooked more than any of the past.
Like, and what's crazy is that we were literally talking about how, oh Lord, it's gonna be kind of a task. You know, we have 3 episodes a week. Like, we're not that interested in Survivor like that because we're thinking about Survivor US. And then the episode started, and I was like, oh wait,
it's good.
This is Australian Survivor, bitch. I was like, hold on, because I experienced the Titan versus Rebel thing, but it's still like, you don't, when you're leading up to something like this, it's like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna give. I don't know what it's gonna give. And like 1 minute into the episode, I said, oh yeah, I'm seated. Yeah.
They're giving, actually.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm here too. So I haven't seen Titans versus Rebels. I don't know that tea. I don't know all of that amazing.
You got to get into it. Ferris,
get into it.
Kirby, and hold on. I want to give a quick disclaimer, y'all. I'm not well versed with Australian Survivor. So if you hear me comparing bitches to Ferris and Kirby, those are the only mothers I know. I don't know George. I don't know Shoni yet. I don't know the mothers. I don't know them yet. So my scope is very small. I do plan on watching them at some point. But that's my scope right now. And I like I said, I don't want to speak for the whole franchise of Survivor Australia because I've heard people say there are bad seasons, and it's a pretty long show. So I can see how a boring season of Survivor Australia would be very much dragging. However, I haven't been excited for a Survivor season at all recently. So I'm like, if I'm going based off like the last fucking 5 to 6 years of Survivor US, I haven't been entertained. And Survivor Australia was very entertaining, and so far this season as well. So that's just where I stand right now.
Black Widow Gay said, y'all need to get caught up before Australia versus the world. See, that's what I'm trying to do, honey. So
I at least want to watch the seasons where those people are on it.
Yes, and I've been watching from the beginning because me, I don't know if I have OCD, but I have to like really get into everything in order. So I went back to the first, not the first. Technically the third, but technically the first when they rebooted Survivor Australia. Fuck all that. But anyways, I went back and I watched from the origin, and I watched that first season, and now I'm on the second season, 2017, I think what it is, and that has Sarah and Luke on it. Sarah and Luke are going to be on Australia versus the world, so I'm getting their tea. I'm near the end of that season already. Sarah is an icon. Oh. Love Sarah, love Sarah. And it's weird because it's like this is her first season. I don't know if she comes back and plays again. I think Luke comes back to play All Stars, and then he's gonna be on Australia versus the world as well,
right? Or no?
They're both. I don't know if they're both on All Stars, but I know Luke is on All Stars. But yes, I love Sarah. Luke, I liked at first, and then people are in the chat are airing his shit out that apparently he be saying the N-word.
Oh.
Also, he is a Australian for Trump.
Child.
So Luke, and let me tell you, Lee, let me tell you right now. I hope you remember who this is, because if you just see him,
I remember his face. Remember, I started that season with you, so I do remember his face.
He looked to me. I saw him. I was like, oh, gorgeous man. Quickly found out he is terrible man.
I don't support an American politician from halfway across the world.
You in Australia, fucking the world.
You in the day before today,
and he transphobe. Oh God.
I forgot. Other countries don't be caring about.
But you know what's crazy? His whole arc at the beginning of the season I'm watching is like this very semi-romantic relationship that he has with another man, and I'm like, oh, it's giving gay. But it was giving.
It's embarrassing.
Phobic. Girl, can't do
it. I heard this. Ren says the boring season are dreadful. Looking at you, Blood versus Water. Heard the third time I heard Blood versus Water is bad, which is shocking because I feel like that's such a naturally interesting twist. Like both the Blood versus Water seasons in US was good. So I'm just like, And I think honestly, that's what Survivor US needs to get back to. Like, honestly, 41 through 47 wouldn't have been as bad if they didn't focus on repeating the same twist for 19 seasons in a row. Like, we need to go back to like the Blood versus Water. You know, hopefully 50 is going to be good. However, I'm scared because Jeff is being weird, and he's like, I don't want certain personalities. I want to have this type of archetype. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be real. I hear people saying Q. I hear people saying what's another name? Anybody who was just on. Like, I'm hearing a lot of names, and it's like, this is season 50. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be another game changer situation where we have mothers like Sari and Andrea with flops like that one Haley girl. I don't want that. I think it's going to be stupid. This is the 50th season of the game.
No,
this is all icons. Not the same icons we get. Like, of course, I don't want to see Boston Rob 19 times. Now, will I take part?
Street saying it's second chances, maybe. Street saying it's a second chance. If it is
second chances, I guess I'll take it because it's second chances. But I just feel like second chances for the 50th season, that's kind of stupid in itself. We could have been had that.
And then I heard rumors that, so I don't know if it's second chances or if you can't play twice, because I heard rumors that one-time winners are going to be eligible to be on the season because they've only played once. But I guess they don't want anyone who has played multiple times, which I get because kind of like you said,
I like the idea of that.
I don't want to see.
I feel like they're going to be casting.
It needs to be like
the energy I'm getting. I feel like it's going to be weirdos and not the right weirdos. Like, for example, if you're going to cast the flop, get my sister Natalie Cole up in there, okay?
And then Natalie Napalm.
Miss Napalm, Natalie up in there, okay?
I really need her.
Some people I just don't need to see. Like, I feel like I don't need to see someone like Q that soon. I don't need to see most people in this new era that soon. If you're not Omer, if you're not Shan, if you're not D, Jim, Carolyn, Cart, like those people, I don't need to see you against the new era. I'm sorry, I do not care. I don't give a damn.
You have to be elite to be on season 50, in my opinion. It should be no one. I'm hearing rumors that it might be people who didn't even do that well. I'm like, hold on. I hope the rumors are not true. But if they're getting like one-time Survivor quotations legends to come back, I'm like, who could that be? Because a lot of the people they got back in the olden days have already played multiple times. You can't get them.
A lot of non-winners too. So I'm like, it could be.
Yeah. Like, who is it going to be? But I guess if it gives like a Christian Hubicki, Davey, if it gives like
and I would like to see them again.
And Angelina, if you just get that kind of set of people, it won't feel like 50 to me. I'm gonna just be real. It won't feel like 50. It won't feel like
and that's the thing. Like, even if you do cast them, I'll take it. But I'm like, but at the same time, it's like they've had heroes versus villains, they've had winners at war, they've had 2 second chances. So maybe they're just thinking, well, I mean, what else are we gonna do that's not gonna bring back the same 15 people?
Right, exactly. Shout out to DM Rocks making it rain, King. DM Rock says, hey, Max Miles and the girls on the brains are my favorite. Rich is annoying. Girl, we have some opinions. We will get into them, child. No shade.
Someone says, Treveri says, where do I watch? I know there's a website that I saw on Twitter. They says shvideos.net. And then there's also, let me see.
He said, I don't have that. I know that's right.
Well, girl, you're gonna have to look it up. Google it, mama. What's another website? You have to do a website, and then it's South Hemi TV. So the word South, HEMI TV.
Okay.
These are free websites, baby. No one's paying. No one is paying. Or you can set a YouTube channel upload. Oh yeah, YouTube also uploads it. When I was Googling, I was YouTubing, they pop up on YouTube. So try doing that. Yeah, this is how you spell it. South Hemi TV. And like I said, the shvideos.net, that's also a free link. None of these are paid for.
Yeah. You better get you one of those.
South Hemi TV doesn't have pop-up, so it's probably way more secure than shvideos.net.
I know that's right.
And then Corey says some of the episodes are on YouTube, and I did see that as well. So get into those. But yeah, we here,
honey. We here. We watched the first 3 episodes. We will be recapping the first 3 episodes. It was tea, and it's a lot of tea, so we really need to get.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, girl. We've been yapping, mama.
Let's get into it. Honey.
Should we explain the format, or
we should explain the format a little bit?
Okay. I kind of want to see how y'all gonna feel about it, but at the same time, I don't, because I just want to keep doing it. So.
So I hope y'all feel good, and if y'all don't, y'all don't. So this is the thing. Let's just be frank. Survivor Australia has 24 motherfucking people. It is a lot of people that are here. It is a lot of things going on. It is a lot that is happening. So what Lee and I decided to do is, look, honey, we're going to focus on one world at a time, right? So there's the Brawn Tribe. There's the Brawn Tribe. What we've decided is we're going to go through the episodes 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to discuss what's going on in the Brawn Tribe for those episodes.
Period.
So we're going to stay on the Brain Tribes for episodes 1, 2, and 3, discuss everything that's going on over here in this tribe's world. Then we're going to hop over to the Brawn Tribe and discuss everything that's going on in the Brawn Tribe world for episodes 1, 2, and 3. And we're just going to keep this going for the rest of the season. Look, we're trying something different. To merge. So look, we're trying something different. We're gonna see how it goes, honey. When we were watching Survivor Australia, we both agreed, girl, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. We got to keep it real concise and real tight. So this is how we're gonna keep it tight. We're gonna move forward. Okay. Thank you. Period. So starting off with the Brains Tribe, because they got a lot going on. And when I was putting the images up, I was like, they got a lot more going on.
This is a really gaggy tribe. Like, I'm kind of happy that we're starting with them first because they're a lot more interested. Now, Braun has some fun people like Nash. I'm seeing in the chat. Apparently, Nash is Ferris's friend. And it's like, girl, that's why he going out there acting like that. Like, it's so crazy the type of personalities they have. Like, something is very wrong with Kent. What the hell is wrong with AJ? What the hell is wrong with Indy? Like, it's just, it's a lot.
It's bad. It's bad. They're in the chat talking about their favorites. I do want to quickly say my favorite on this tribe was Indy. And then I was like, oh,
yo, why with Indy? I was watching the episode and I'm like, Indy is giving Kirby. Because like I said, I'm like, everybody sees the Kirby affairs in my head. And I was like, y'all, she's eating. Like, I'm telling you, the first half of episode 2,
mind you, I don't know mother. Kirby. So if he's saying some crazy stuff, that's not me. That's what
no. It just gave like, I'm a dominant woman player. I'm gonna go out there. And I'm gonna forge my own path, and then it just went downhill. And I said, "Oh, baby, baby."
Yeah, Adrian, I'm a Coven stan. I love the Coven.
The Coven 8. The Coven 8. I'm sorry. I'm gagging a little bit. I am. But it also, y'all, Zen.
My man.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do for the rest of the season? Who I'm gonna look at?
Child, who am I gonna look at? We gonna get
this bullshit. For a broken finger, I could have took care of him.
It wasn't even broken. It was like sprained or something. Like, girl, boo. Anyways, the Brains Tribe, y'all. First of all, I don't know why it's red. The colors was fucking me up. It's still fucking me up to this day. I'm thinking I'm on the wrong slide, Lee.
Did anyone else feel that? Like, Brain gives more green and Braun gives more red. Like, that threw me. It still kind of threw me off. By episode 3, I was like, this is not the right color coordination. But hey, I'm gonna let y'all have it.
But we're here.
It's like in school. You know how they be like, oh, the blue folder is math. The yellow folder is science. You know, green. What?
Green is science. Blue is math.
Green is science. You're right.
Blue is math. Red is English.
Yep.
And miscellaneous is history. It could be purple. It could be yellow. That's history. Some of the girls say red is math, and that threw me off. I was like, red is math. No, the fuck is not. But anyways, and just like this tribe, red is not brains. But no shade, where are the brains at? Maybe the color means more than the name. No shade.
Maybe they meant brains by a lot of big egos.
And that was you know what's crazy? When they were introducing the Brains Tribe, they were like, we got some of the most strategically apt people. And I was like, Lee, just for being on the Brains Tribe, does that mean you're strategic? And clearly it does not, because none of them are eating it up with the show.
What I do enjoy is that they create these twists and they forge them around like real life people. Like, you don't have to be a hero because you played before. You're just a hero because of real life instances. I think that's really interesting. And I wish Survivor US did that. But I feel like at this point, it's given Big Brother. We're like, we're not going to acknowledge the better show with better twists. We're just going to ignore it and pretend like it's not happening. And it's like, girl, no, you need to get inspiration, mama.
Child, no shade. So boom, we started off episode 1 with the Brains Tribe, and the Bronze Tribe went to this tribal council. So it was not a lot for the Brains Tribe this episode. No shade, just to be frank. We don't really even get to start seeing them until we get to the reward challenge. So we start off, we're at the reward. Why the fuck is my shit going dead? Let me plug this in. Hold on.
The shit going dead. Before I So, child, they go to the reward challenge. They have to use sandbag and palm fronds to reach a key and get it down, which we've seen this challenge before. Really, really cute. You know, the brain, they end up losing. Flop.
They do.
Flop era.
It was given flop.
they picked it up by this episode, but then they started flopping the next two. So I mean, this could be a tribe that keep losing.
It can, because none of them seem like, no shade, like in these challenges, none of them have stood out. There's some standout on the other tribe that I'm like, okay, this person always does good. What's her name? Aurora, whatever. Like some of them, they got some girls who be getting it done. And this tribe is kind of like, no one's really caring. Ursula.
You said another Disney.
Aurora.
Aurora. This is Ursula.
Ursula and Noonan, girl. I don't know what these girls gonna do.
I like Noonan.
Ursula and
now,
Noonan,
if anybody this cast is reheating Kirby's nachos, it might be Noonan.
Child. So yes, we get to their tribe. They done lost the reward. They already struggling. But we see Laura. Laura is a very big character girl because they keep showing her, honey. And Laura reads auras. So she's filling up the vibes from everybody. She's like, I'm getting bad vibes from Kent, and Miles gives me polka dots and da da da. I'm like,
girl, what is this? What is this giving? Like, honestly, I was like, Laura is giving cracked, but she's kind of turning into like this like strategic player a little bit. Yeah. Like she really created this whole girls alliance that's kind of centered around her a little bit, like they're listening to her. So it's like, okay, mama.
Because she uses her auras to sense out Logan. Logan is her number one. And that kind of stays consistent for a little bit. Laura and Logan are like this. And then they have Karen and Zara that they invited into this girls alliance, this coven, very early on. So at the beginning,
they want to be Agatha so bad.
They want to be Agatha so bad.
Down the road, down the
Ooh, this would have ate. This Witches Road would have ate.
Girl, they should have played it. They need to play it in the background in one of these episodes. Could they buy the rights and then just do it in the background? That would be gaggy. That would be gaggy.
That is a Grammy-nominated song, ain't it?
No, she's a Catherine Hansa Emmy-nominated actress.
Emmy-nominated song. Actor singing.
It could have been nominated for a Grammy too.
I think it was either not. I don't think it won, but I think it was nominated. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking. No, Agatha All Along was nominated for a Grammy. The song Agatha All Along from WandaVision. Yes. But yes. She creates this coven. At first, it's just the four girls, but we'll see how it develops later on. And she's like, look, I'm loyal to them for right now. Put a pin in that. Miles has a diary room about Kent. Laura wasn't feeling Kent. Miles wasn't feeling Kent. And they have great reason because the man is crazy.
Kent is extra as fucking shit. Yes. And then we get the intro that Kent is a multi-millionaire. Okay,
yes,
mama.
Multi-millionaire.
It's giving Liz. He has businesses. Okay. And he's like, I'm not none of these broke ass bitches. I got money. Okay. Which I always hate people who like lead with that, especially in these kind of shows, because it's like, girl, it's some people out here that's really trying to fight for this money because they broke as hell, and you out here like you could like it's. I think this his gameplay was like this for a reason. Like he already got the money, he already has like this status. You know, he doesn't need to be an actual gamer. He just needs to come and be a personality, and that's what he did.
Shout out to Theodore. Shout out to Theodore, honey. Theodore says the voting music for both of the Brains tribals literally has witch in the name. They're the main characters, and they better stay that way.
They ate. I feel like they did, but they definitely ate both of those tribals up.
They did.
Especially the one with Indy. They jumped the fuck out of Indy.
Oh my God. As they should. I'm rooting for them really, really bad. But yeah, Kent is crazy. I don't understand anything he's doing. I think you're right. He's just rich and bored. So he's doing rich, bored people.
He ain't got nothing to do.
So that's what he's doing. He literally, overnight, it's nighttime, everybody sleep. He gets up and he burns Max's hat because he has this one-sided beef against Miles. It's this whole plan against Miles. He does not like Miles. Miles is the type of person that will go home first. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure he does. So I'm going to burn Max's hat and I'm going to blame Miles for it.
What is his obsession with Miles? Like, it's actually crazy. Because like, I guess you could say, oh, Miles, he's doing too much. But no one is listening to Miles like that. And also, why are you so obsessively pressed about it? Like, this man was talking about Miles all the way up into episode 3. Leave this man alone and focus on something else. So that's why I'm saying it's so unnecessary, because it's like, this is like day 1 or 2. You're burning your friend's hat to try and pin it on someone else. It's just like, girl.
Dev is low-key spilling in the chat. No shade. It was definitely giving very weird vibes. I don't understand the one-sided beef to Miles. Miles didn't even talk to that man. I don't even think Miles knew what that man was talking about.
Not Dev so much as giving racially motivated.
Yeah, no, it was.
Allegedly. Yep, it was getting weird. Someone else commented on one of my posts too, and it's like, honestly, in situations like this where you have this powerful non-POC man who has millions of dollars,
right,
going after someone like that, it's like, I mean, it's hard to ignore it because it felt so obsessive. It's like he couldn't focus on anything but Miles while he was there, to the point it literally got him sent home.
Yeah, it was actually very scary and weird. But put a pin in that. So they go to the immunity challenge. The first immunity challenge is them going through this obstacle course with this big ass snake-like thing that's extra heavy, and all of them have to go through the obstacle course with it. And then at the end, they have to do a puzzle. They end up winning this immunity challenge. They eat it the fuck up. But this is the only immunity challenge they will be winning.
Which is why we're talking about them first. They're flops.
Trust.
There's a lot of information with the Brawn Tribe.
They definitely start to flop.
It's funny because even though they still repeat challenges from Survivor, even the repeated ones look better on Survivor Australia. I don't know what it is about it. I think it could just be the camera work, which I love so much. I don't know what camera. What's the camera difference? Like, are they just using like a specific?
This is giving camera? A cinematic because I think there is like a different. Not even I think there's a different type of camera you use for like sitcom reality TV versus an actual cinematography. This is a film, and it just feels like they're using an actual like film camera for this rather than a TV camera. I don't know. It just feels so cinematography.
I love it because it's like they treat it like it's an event, and like even more than Big Brother Canada, like they take phrases and words and certain rivalries and on social media, they like pump them up. Like it's like, get ready because tonight it's this versus this. Like they really play into the event of it all. Like I feel like it makes me really excited.
It's a story, and I feel like most foreign non-American reality TV shows actually do that. They play into the story of this reality TV show because BB Canada does that all the time, and I feel like Australian Survivor does
that. Big Brother and Survivor did that, but I think over time it's just like the idea of it being this social experiment. While it's still there, I just don't think it's as pushed. But you know what? Didn't on 41? Jeff was like, we're trying this new thing where you get to see behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That went away. I mean, it wasn't given, I ain't gonna lie. But it's just like, it's just interesting that it just went away so quickly because the idea was, oh, we want to bring you more into it. And all I felt is more distance from it.
I agree. Shout out to Theodore because Theodore said it's slower paced. And I was telling Lee the same thing. I was like, this is they can take their time with it because the season is longer. They have, I guess, a different editing style because they only focus on people who are going to be important at the moment, or if something's happening that's important, that's what they'll focus on. But with New Age Survivor US, it's like it's so fast paced. Everyone's moving at the speed of light. Everything's happening within 2 days, and then they kind of have so much meta to the game that they're doing so much at the same time. So it just feels like
everything.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. And then I understand what's going on. And then boom, we're at the tribal. And it's like, damn, I don't have time to breathe. But with this show, it's like, I have time to just chill, relax, see them play the
like you said, really build the storyline. I think a lot of times with Survivor US, the storylines end quickly. Like the rivalries are short or not that is intense or not that in the forefront. And it's like, I think that has to do with like you said, the editing, the time frame. Like, you know, Survivor Australia is dropping 3 episodes a week. You know, that's way more than just once. So it's like that alone, I can't judge Survivor US for. It's just like I don't know. Something about this new era, it just doesn't feel the same as how it used to with Survivor US. Like I feel like they did used to be an okay job at doing it. You know, I didn't feel this type of negativity towards it before. I just don't understand about 41 through 47 that just got so bad to me.
Yeah, I agree. So yes, they won the first immunity and then they were gone for the rest of the episode. So episode 2 came around and the first thing we see is Kaylin having a diary room about himself, which is
rarely didn't go anywhere. So I'm like, is he going to be relevant coming up in the season? Right. And that's what I really like about Survivor Australia because they also do the whole, I'm going to give you a flashback to this person's life. And they'll do like random ones each episode. So it's like, oh, is this person going to go home or they're going to make it far? And I've seen situations where they do go home, they make it far, or they become like the strategic mastermind. Like they really take the time to build and flesh some of these characters out. And if you're not doing anything, you're not going to get shown, period.
Amen.
And I think that's just Survivor US, they want to spotlight, I feel like, every player, which I can like be okay with. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But at the same time, girl, some people are not giving anything. Like, why are we watching? What was that man who was listing off Metallica songs?
Ben, his
That's
his
not
name was
relevant.
also Ben.
That's
Yeah,
not relevant. Why are we watching this? I don't
he
give a
wasn't relevant.
damn. Like, I think, and maybe that's the problem. Like 41 through 47, I feel like I've been paying attention to like more irrelevant shit that's not a part of the game. Like, I really only care about the game. I'm sorry.
They should focus on building the storylines of the people who matter instead of trying to build a storyline for every single person. Because I think what happens is we get storylines for people who are relevant, or they won the fire at the end, but they didn't play the game for the entire time. It's like, I don't think they understand that they need to focus on the strategic masterminds and the winner. And that's really it. If you're not driving the force of the game, then we shouldn't be focused on you that heavily. We see these episodes, they keep showing Kent, but they were showing Kent because Kent was going home third. Yeah. They weren't showing Kent because Kent is running stuff. And then other than that, none of the boys are really getting any screen time. We're getting the girls' perspective of a lot of the boys, but we're not getting a lot of
I think that also makes people want to go on and play hard because, girl, you can get on this entire experience. And if you're not doing anything, you won't be shown. It makes people want to be like, oh, I want to be the star. It's me, I'm first.
Child. I just saw on the season, I just saw there was some girl, she was a black girl. So I was like low-key like hoping she did good. I forgot her name. Odette. Her name was Odette. She was on the second season that I'm watching. She was not shown for the first 17 episodes. It wasn't until episode 18 where they showed her and she went home. I was like, oh, well,
that's hilarious.
Bye, girl. Mind you, her whole alliance got decimated. She was the last person left, and then that's when they told us what her name was. Because I was like, what the fuck is this girl name?
I honestly, I like it, especially I think in modern day reality TV, like especially with Survivor, like Big Brother, like even the first evicted person, you get a full week, 24 hours to like really know who they are. With Survivor, I can't tell you who was pre-merge in any of these most recent seasons.
Amen.
And I don't really give a damn either.
And I don't care. Okay. If you didn't make the merch, I don't give a fuck. Okay. Thank you. But we move. So after this, Caitlyn has this whole moment. Very weird. It felt random, but I feel like he's going to be important later on. We'll see. Then we see Kent having his a whole nother moment. He's like, oh, yes, I've been applying for 10 seasons and I couldn't get on for all 10 of those seasons. And it's such a shame that all my millions of dollars didn't just automatically get me on. It took 10 times.
And it's like that feeling of regret. And he started crying. And it's like, no way in hell the producers thought we was going to give a fuck about a multi-millionaire crying. I don't give a damn what he got up there and said.
I don't give a damn.
You got multi-millionaire dollar money, bitch. You should have paid to get on the show.
Amen. The fuck? Then we get Mother Indy.
My diva, the diva of the episode, mama. She look, and this is why I like her, because she said, look, I'm about to serve. It may send me home, but let me serve real quick.
Oh, I loved it. She's like, I've been observing everybody. I've been watching what everyone's doing, and I've been seeing who's been linking up, who's been clicking up. And I noticed that these girls are all forming something that I'm not a part of. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's gonna clock it. She's gonna do something else, or maybe she'll try. I don't know.
But the thing is, her very next action, it ate so bad because she walks up to the girls and she's just like, oh, okay, I seen that y'all have starting to get close or whatever. And they essentially admit to her that they kind of have a group, and if you want to be a part of it. And I'm like, this girl just ate that. She went up to them with the intention of joining their group. Slickly spoke to them and got in it. I was like, gag, mama.
She said that's the group. She went to work.
And she ate it up. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is the mama. No, you could not have told me that she would be leaving this episode.
Couldn't have.
Oh my God. She's actually hilarious for that. No,
literally. But she ate because she literally got all the way in the group. Let me move her into the group. Because that's where the fuck she's at. And at this point, it's literally all the girls. And except at this point, it feels like Allie isn't a part of it. But we'll see later on that Allie is also a part of it. And that it's literally just all the girls linked up until it's not because of Indy. But we'll get there.
Indy pissed me off with that, though. Because it's like, it was really giving cover. And I was like, hold on. Whose nachos is you trying to eat right now? Like, do you want to be the black or gay? I don't know. Are y'all the Parvati Sari, Amanda, and that other girl? No shade. What's her name?
Don't know. Natalie.
I low-key feel bad because it's like, I feel like no one really talks about her individually. It's like we know the other 3, but like, hey, she's there. Look, you're part of history, mama.
Yeah, her too. But yes,
I mean, she's the one who got the necklace, so she's the baddest bitch of them all.
Well,
that is actually so crazy. This man said, "Here, take it." To a trial full of women in him.
He wasn't thinking about that.
How was he not thinking?
Damn.
This man.
I heard that he came. I heard he came back for Fans versus Favorites 2, but I've never seen Fans versus Favorites 2. But I heard he came back for that. Oh, okay.
Well, I was a kid when I watched it, but I remember not liking Fans versus Favorites 2.
Amen.
I just the cast wasn't gaggy.
Yeah. Never cared for it, but we move. But yeah, so after this, Laura, the queen of the coven, has her diary room that she has her coven with all her girls.
She's Agatha.
She's Agatha. These are the others. But my number one girl is Logan. Logan. How do you say it in
Bianca?
Australian? Bianca.
I love
Logan.
Did y'all watch H2O? Clear.
Ricky. Is that Australian? It is.
Yeah.
Ricky. Anyways, her number one is Logan, and she goes to Logan and she's like, look, girl, we got our coven, but we also need somebody else, maybe some of these boys. Which is smart. She's definitely working. She's definitely using her brain, using her noggin. Maybe she's the only brain on the tribe. So no shade. So she's like, Rich is that perfect man that we can just use because he's dumb. So her and Logan kind of pull Rich to the side. They're all having their little buddy conversation, and they're like, yes, Rich, yes. And Rich is like, yes, I'm down to work with y'all. I'm down to just ride along your coattails as y'all, drag me along. No.
And I feel like I don't understand. I guess she thought like dumb himbo vibes.
Yes.
But girl, you wasn't reading that aura right. It's giving alpha woman hater. I don't know.
It is.
But no, he just does not give that energy at all. But I mean, I guess in a way it's kind of working because he's like, oh, I want to try and play them. And it's like to play them, you kind of have to go along with it.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of
and they're about to have majority. So it's like, how long are you going to just go along with it? Well, I guess we'll see. But bad read, especially when later in the episode, she's like, I don't want him to go home. Like, girl, if you don't let that man go home.
Yeah, I think she just did too much. I think it was a good idea to get one of the boys. I think AJ was. I'm surprised they didn't just go for Miles. He already was not really all up on in the boys thing. If we see later that Rich is running the boys, basically. So I don't understand what made her think to go for him, but we move. So yeah, he lies to them, or he claims he'll be riding their coattails, and then he immediately goes to Max, which I guess is his number one. And he's like, look, Max, these girls, we can pretend to ride their coattails until we don't, and we cut them. So that's what he's thinking. And then we head to the reward challenge.
Period. And one thing about Survivor Australia, they're gonna show that reward, mama. They're gonna show that reward. Survivor US, you can clock very easily. Once they show a reward, there's nothing happening in the episode. Yeah, I can tell you that. If y'all notice, when there's a reward being shown on Survivor US, now that means the episode is boring as fuck. The person we probably all know is going home is going home.
No shade.
It happens more time than not.
No shade. So this is the challenge where they have to one by one slide down. It's one for the brains team.
They saying Logan giving Shoni. Girl, let me get into
I don't know that girl.
I don't know anything about her, but I know she.
I like Logan though.
I like Logan a lot, like literally. So I'm like, if she's giving Shoni, then I need to watch Shoni season.
What season is Shoni season? Her first champ versus contender.
The chat gonna let you know. I ain't even gonna Google it.
Y'all got to chat. So yes, they're at this reward challenge. This is the one where they have to slide down. One brain tribe, one brown tribe are sliding down. They got to collect these sandbags, and after they collect the sandbags, they got to throw like the balls to knock down the puzzle. Somebody got to do the puzzle, and then boom, 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 boom. So Brain wins the reward. I'm like, okay, wait. They're doing good because they won the last immunity. They won this reward. They're finna start eating it up.
Gag.
Oh, it's Shawnee. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like we said it in an American accent. I feel. I thought it was Shoni this whole time. Shawnee. Okay.
I know that's right.
Okay. She was on Champs versus Contenders. Tina said she was the Russell Handsome count. Girl, let me get into Shawnee. Okay.
I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna watch that one next. I think that's the next one I gotta watch or something like that. I don't know.
Honestly, I was gonna go back and just watch the ones that girls said are good because I don't want to have to watch a boring season for that long.
Because if it's 2018, I'm watching 2017 now with Sarah and Luke. So she's on the one after the one with Sarah and Luke. I'm finna watch her next. Mother? Oh, let me get into that. So yes, Brains win the reward, and then they head back to the camp. They're working on the shelter at this moment. And by they, I mean the girls mostly. It's the girls and Miles. And Rich and his boys are not trying to work on that shelter.
And I just thought, why the fuck is the Brain Tribe men filled with a bunch of bitch boys? You got Kent crying, being a bitch to Miles. You have Rich literally throwing a tantrum because he's going to help around camp. But I bet your big ass want to eat all the food, don't you?
Ooh,
like, I'm just confused. Help at the camp. He literally is mad as fuck like a child because he don't want to help. I'm confused. Like, that's the thing. One, no one is like forcing you to help. So you getting angry and mad about not wanting to. It just seemed random as fuck. Like, what's happening?
Very weird. It was very weird. He just seemed like a little pussy boy. No shade. No, it is shade actually. I don't like his energy. I don't like him at all.
It's very weird energy.
It's very weird. It's very, very weird. And the girls are clocking it. The girls, specifically Karen. Karen is like,
she do not like that man.
Rich is very annoying. He doesn't want to do. All he wants to do is complain. He's walking around like he runs all the boys, like he runs the tribe when he doesn't. He actually needs to go. So she goes to Zara. I'm kind of feeling like maybe Karen and Zara are closer, and Logan and Laura are closer.
I can see. You know what? When Logan and Laura was more relevant in episode 3, we didn't see any Karen or Zara. Yeah, so maybe that's the thing for real.
Yep.
Allie was also big in episode 3. I kind of like Allie.
I like Allie a lot. We'll get into that. But yes, Karen goes to Zara and she's like, look, we really could just get out Rich because the boys, they're doing a lot and it's really led by him. He's doing all this bro shit. They're broing out, tossing the football, and Zara is down for it. Okay. So they discuss with the other girls, Laura and Logan, and Allie at this point. And they discuss the fact that they could all vote out Rich next. And they don't tell Indy until later that night.
And that was the mistake, mama. Because Indy said, look, when something is said, I better know about it.
I better know about it. And everybody knew, and Indy knew last at the end. And this is when it's like, okay. Oh, it starts getting bad.
Y'all should have told her.
Y'all should have told her, no shade. So they head to the immunity challenge. This is the challenge where they have to like collect these targets and then they have to place these targets very, very high up there. And then they have to shoot these big ass sandbags on all 4 of the targets. The first to win wins immunity. They lost because they started getting on their losing streak. No shade.
It was real bad. It was real bad.
Real bad.
And they're going to keep losing.
And they're going to keep losing.
I feel like the tribe doesn't have any like consensus.
No,
like it seems very much like they all hate each other.
Yeah, there's no one to really guide them in these challenges, and all of the boys are bitch made. Yeah, and then the girls are really focused on strategy. They can't focus on the challenges because they kind of trying to focus on the strategy. And Karen went into this and she was like, she didn't even care that much to win because she hated Rich so much. So she was like, I mean, if we lose, it's fine because Rich can go.
Well, and that's the thing, girl. I always hate that mindset. Like, I don't give a fuck how bad I hate them. I'm not losing on purpose.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So they go back to camp, and immediately Kent tells AJ that everybody is voting Miles. The consensus is Miles. He's going home. We're all good. We're on the same page. It is what it is. And then he goes to lay down because he knows Miles is going home.
What is the consensus, Kent? Who is agreeing with you? Like, y'all, for these first 3 episodes, when I tell you Kent was playing the controller unplugged, like he was in his own world, becoming like the next big character. Like, I feel like he thought he was Shawnee. He thought he was George, bitch. He thought he was one of the man girls, and what he said goes. He said Miles is the consensus, and Miles is gonna go home. And I asked Pharaoh, I'm like, did he talk to someone about that? I thought I missed something because what makes him think that it's gonna be Miles?
He's crazy. That man is insane. It's like he did not have any conversations with anybody about it. He thought because in his mind, and that's his problem. That's the problem with a lot of millionaires. Ooh. They think what they're thinking is the consensus.
Mm-hmm. AJ does that later too. That's a very dumb way of thinking in Survivor, Big Brother, any show. Like, just because someone isn't wanting to do what you want to do, it doesn't make it stupid. It doesn't make it a bad move. It doesn't make it whatever. Like, no one wants to do what you want to do all the time. But it's the fact that he didn't even try to like talk to anyone. Like, he didn't even tell multiple people. He told one person, and he went to go lay down.
Yeah, because he knew it was the consensus.
There's 20 people on the tribe. What are you talking about?
Well, he knew it was the consensus. Just stupid. But honestly, I don't think I love Miles' response because Kent is telling Kaylin this, and Kaylin goes and he tells Miles that his name is getting thrown out there, and Miles is like, well, you know what? I'm gonna start Operation Play It Cool, and I'm just gonna sit here. And like,
Miles is so funny to me.
I think so.
I'm very interested to see where Miles is gonna go.
But I don't know. I'm interested to see what's gonna go to because I feel like that's not a it's the strategy seems backwards because it's like your name is out there, you're not going to do anything. But a part of me feels like him not doing anything makes him less threatening because he already isn't threatening. Already, no one really wanted to vote him but Kent. So I guess just stay that way unless.
I feel like he kind of gives non-threatening, but he's so sporadic that I feel like that may become a problem.
Yeah,
but it also could be like we're not really worried about him because it seems like people weren't really worried about him other than Kent crazy ass.
Exactly. So
someone in the chat asked again where to watch, y'all. Y'all gotta look up YouTube. Go on YouTube, search the episode, like Brain versus Brawn episode 1. It should pop up. And then South Hemi TV. Okay. South Hemi TV. I think we need to post like a comment like that under it because I feel like a lot of people gonna be asking, which is understandable because I didn't know either.
That is true. Child, so the girls try to rediscuss that they're voting Rich, and every time they bring it up, Indy is kind of like, okay, you know, I mean, I guess that'll work. And they're like, okay, Indy, what's tea? Because is that okay with you? Is it not okay? And she's like, look, I'm fine with that vote, but my issue is me being a number rather than me being a contribution to the conversation. I don't feel like I was with you guys as we made this decision. I'm just being told about it.
And I was like, okay, she's coming off a little strong.
She is.
But I like the stance, you know, like you need to treat me like a real alliance member. And it seemed like, because they can go one of two ways. They can be turned off completely, or they'll be open to it and actually include you. I feel like I saw Suri do that like once or twice throughout her seasons. Like I remember right in Fan vs. Favorites where she was like, look, if you want me, you need to work for me. Because she was on the tribe that was split. She's like, you gotta work for this loyalty, mama. You're not just gonna get it. And they were like actually working for it because they needed her. So like I like that she did that because it shows, okay, I'm a strong player, I'm confident, and I'm gonna be respected. And I felt like they were like, okay, we will respect you.
And I think
then it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
I feel like it was fine to just voice that concern, but it's almost like, are you voicing the concern because you're over them and you're done, or are you voicing the concern so it can change in the future? Because there was never a future moment for them to show you that they're going to start doing.
When she told them that, it was over. It was over,
and that's the problem.
And then Laura, I think she just started making it so complicated. Because did you want to say something about her again?
No,
I was gonna say I thought Laura was making it so complicated because I can't remember if she was in the conversation with them before immunity, but I'm like, it was already discussed that it's going to be Rich. So all of a sudden you're like, well, I need my puppet. And it's like, girl, we just saw him say that he want to use y'all. If you don't let that man go, and I feel like that was a consistent thing in the next 2 episodes. And it's like, girl, why do you
I like that
so bad? Like, if she's gonna protect him, he better become an actual puppet for her at some point because all of this protecting she's doing, because I would have took the man out.
I like the concept, but I just feel like wrong nigga. He's not
Miles. Get Miles.
Yeah, I feel like she should just have someone she can actually control. Because even if Rich isn't going to vote out Laura, or Logan, because I do feel like he would be more loyal to Laura and Logan than the other girls, but he's still not your puppet. You don't run him. If he decides to vote one of the girls, he probably will just do that. You know, you don't run his vote. You don't control him. So it's like, I don't know.
The girls clocking in the chat. Charles Taylor says, Rich, AJ, and Kent all come from lifestyles where they're the decision maker. And so they can't conceive people, especially women, thinking for themselves. Mama. Clock.
And that's why I feel like the boys aren't even picking up on the girls thing. Like, it was getting very crazy how the girls were clearly kind of all together, especially on episode 3. And it seemed like they still was not trying to have it until AJ did. And then he still flopped. It's very, very weird tribe. No shade. These boys, very, very weird. But yeah, Laura's
Rich airs them out at episode 2 tribal, and then she's still episode 3 like, oh yeah, he could be a puppet, girl.
You need to wake up.
Maybe she thought Indy caused all of that because it gets crazy. Let's get to that.
It does. But yeah, Indy, after this conversation, she says, look, I'm not a puppet. I'm a player in this game, and I will not be used as a pawn. And then we see her go to Rich and Max, who she has never talked to once at all. And she says, look, both of you, listen to me real quick. The girls are forming a full thing over there with those girls.
Ooh.
They've asked me to be a part of it, and they want me to get rid of you. Rich's like, who? He's like, you, Rich. They want me to get rid of you. Now, look, y'all have one chance because I'm putting my neck on the line for being right here. For me telling y'all this is me putting my neck on the line. And look, let me tell you right now. Remember, I'm black. I do puri. So if you fuck me over, I will come.
Y'all, I just want to make a statement. Real quick. If you are non-black, I'm black. And I don't know what the fuck puri is. I don't know if that is a, I don't know. An origin thing that I don't know about.
Don't say too much.
Because I don't want to disrespect nobody. You're right.
Don't.
But as a black person, I don't know what puri is.
Okay.
Let me Google it. Oh, okay.
I Googled it. No, wait. It popped up something else. It popped up like a drink or something.
A Japanese band, a character from One Punch Man. What's happening?
It was not popping up what I want.
I think she's talking about voodoo or maybe hoodoo.
I think she's talking about voodoo or hoodoo. And look, this is my thing. Don't fuck with that. I will say, don't fuck with that.
Look. Puri is a form of sorcery of black magic practiced in Papua New Guinea.
Oh. Okay, so that don't got nothing to do with it.
Let me go learn some puri for these bitches. Okay?
You can't leave. No,
I'm black.
That's not all it is,
girl.
So yes, don't fuck with all that energy. But she says, look,
she's basically threatening them. Look, y'all.
She did threaten them. She said, I would literally put a spell on you, bitch. Fuck with me,
and that's what she did.
And
let me stop.
The whole situation is insanity. I don't know why she felt so slighted by the fact that they didn't tell her that Rich was going home. Mind you, she don't even give a fuck. Mind you, she's not offering. And this is the thing. They were like, okay, well, I mean, every once in a while, we'll all have to be just told a name. She's not even offering a different name. It'd be different. And she was like, I wanted to do Max and they're not listening to me. I'd get that. That happened to Carolyn a lot of times. She'll say a name, they don't listen. She didn't even say a name. She don't even have an alternative. She agrees that Rich could go, and she still have a problem with it. Girl, just vote the man out.
She really is just upset that she was not told about that plan. They should have told her immediately.
Like what?
You already didn't include me in the alliance. Now I forced my way into it. And you're not telling me information? And
then goes in. But why threaten the people you're trying to?
Well, that's the thing. What? Maybe I'm delusional, but I thought she was eating that conversation up. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, I think they're perceiving this well because the girls received her so well earlier. So I'm like, maybe she's gonna be one of those people where it's like, oh, okay, like she's a power player. We have to respect her because I feel like I said, I've only seen Titans versus Rebels, but it seemed like that energy protected Ferris and Kirby in a way. Like they knew they were big threats. People knew they were like powerful in the game and sometimes pretty abrasive, but they respected it and they stayed for so long. So I think it just depends on the type of person you are. Like she didn't have the social game or the finesse to make it work
at all. And that's the issue. So she leaves, and as soon as she walks away, Rich and Max are like, first of all, she's lying. Second of all, is she threatening us? I don't fuck with that at all. Very, very unfortunate. While this is happening, Laura is pulling Logan and Allie to the side and telling them that she doesn't want to do Rich anymore. She's over it. She's like, no, we shouldn't do Rich because it might backfire. And if it backfires, and they're like, girl, what do you mean backfire? We have the numbers. It doesn't matter. Like, we're fine. We have the numbers. And Karen and Zara and Logan are all trying to, Karen and Zara are trying to convince Logan and Laura that, no, girl, we can still vote for him because we have the numbers. Who gives a fuck? But then Rich walks up to them. I thought he heard them talking about him. No. He walks up to them and lets them know, why is Indy telling me that y'all all have a plan to vote me out?
They said, what? They were gagged. They were so gagged. Like she was honestly in such a good situation, bro. Like she should have just
shut up.
Shut up. Yeah.
Just shut up and vote for Rich, who you don't even care about. What the fuck was all of this? So after this, the girls were like, okay, well, then she got to go. There's a montage of them telling everybody that she's the vote. And then we had the tribal council. And it's like, well, we know what the fuck's going to happen. But this was a hilarious tribal council. This was very
The Survivor AU tribal councils are nasty.
Like, it's actually information to pay attention to. Because no shade, in US, I'd be like, okay, let me go to the restroom.
Now, when they was in their live tribal era, Survivor US was
every time.
The girls would stand up and I'm surprised it doesn't happen in Survivor Australia. It seems like that would happen all the time.
It does. Child. So Kent opens it up and he's like, well, Miles hit the ground running. We were all ready to vote him out because he just always needed to do something. And I was here to make sure that we got him out. And you know what I did? I burned my buddy Max's hat. Yes, I did.
And it's like, first of all, no one's taking out Miles.
I did it.
No one asked you. And you're openly admitting that you lied about something to pin it on another person. Like, did he want to go home? Or did he think, I'm in such a good position that I'm not going to go home? Miles is going home. He thought
everybody was voting Miles.
But even if everyone was voting Miles, let's play devil's advocate. Let's dive into Kent's delusional multimillionaire world.
Okay.
He's running the tribe. Everyone loves him. Yeah. Somehow, everyone knows that Miles is going home, even though he hasn't talked to anyone but one person.
Yes.
I'm going to then go to Tribal and tell them the only reason why you want Miles to go home, I actually did it and pinned it on him.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It makes sense in his mind. I see why he, a delusional multimillionaire, would think that. Truly. Stupid. Next, Indy gets asked a question and she answers. And she's talking about how, there's a lot going on with the vote. It's very ambiguous. And then Allie jumps in and she has some things to say because she's like, well, look, earlier we did come to Indy about a plan and we had a conversation about this and we were trying to explain it to her, but there was some issue. And
he didn't let her talk that long.
He didn't.
Here go Rich. And it's like,
Indy came to me, and Indy did come to me, and Max and we were in the woods.
This whole soliloquy, he's just talking, ranting, and then the girls are like, I believe Allie was talking.
Yeah, Allie was speaking,
and then we go back to Allie. Like that, no one responded to what he said at all. I posted that on Twitter because I thought that was so fucking hilarious. Like,
because why did you don't give a damn? Who do you think you are to cut her off in the middle of the sentence? And I love this tribe because the girls really are being very, very, very on point with the girls strong thing. Like they are not fucking with the boys,
and they don't give a damn. They open about it too.
they just in the coven, and I love it.
And I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna give Laura is gonna flip on this girl's alliance to go work with Rich, ain't she? But
she's not giving that.
She didn't give that. She's a real coven sister. Okay,
this is her coven. You got to remember that.
You're right.
Her coven. Okay, because if it wasn't, I do think she might have flipped. If this was somebody else's coven. Yeah, she probably would have flipped.
Indy would have flipped.
Okay, but I wish they would have kept Indy. But yes, so Allie ends up finally explaining that there was a plan made, and Indy told all the information for that plan. And Indy was like, "Well, Karen, didn't you say that? Isn't that what you said? That you don't care who goes home as long as a boy? Because that's all I said." And Karen was like, "But yeah, we were trying to protect you." That's
like, hello, what's happening? She was like, no, she just
here go Indy. Well, I didn't tell any information that you didn't say. And it's like
I was like, was that a gag? Like
girl, you look about mess. It was just mess. It was just so bad. And they were trying to explain it, and he like, girl, we had your back. We were trying to help you. And he was like, so the girls thing, it wasn't a thing. And they was like, it was a thing. And she was like, exactly, it was a thing. Like, what? You're not eating this up. You look a mess and you look a fool.
She was eating them up bad. She thought she was really eating them.
God. So she gets voted out, of course.
My messy queen.
And like two other boys vote Miles. Very irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. And he is gone, unfortunately. Very, very sad. Very, very unfortunate.
She really popped out this episode and popped right away.
She did. That was it. That was her full story. Damn. But we move. We head into episode 3. And immediately we start off. Max has a diary room and he's annoyed that Kent is the one who burned his hat. Because why the fuck would you do that? I don't know. Why would you admit to it? I don't know. But he's annoyed in it. The coven is locking back in. They all are at their water well, holding each other's hands, eating it the fuck up. Da 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 da. Boom. So they're locking in as the women's tribe, as the coven they are, they're eating it up. And Logan was like, look, we can just easily push Kent to be the next vote. He's already acting very weird. Da 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 da. And Zara was like, well, what about Rich? So it's like those are the two boys they're looking at. Either Kent can go or Rich could go.
And I was kind of scared about them taking out Indy because I just felt like, y'all took out a girl and she wasn't loyal to y'all. So I get it. But you took out a girl and that still leaves 6 men, right? 6 men. So I'm just like, I mean, they can have the majority if they all work together, but I guess that wasn't a real fear for them because it didn't even actually happen. So it's fine. But I also feel like so that could have been a mistake if they didn't do the next move too, because I don't think that I don't think the move this episode was gonna episode 3 should have been Kent. Like I feel like if you take out Indy, the next person should have been AJ. Because after that, I don't think any of the other men would be able to like really come together like that. Like Kent is cracked and in his own world. And he's worried about Miles. Miles have to be worried about him. You have Kaylin, Rich, and Max who are still trying to play y'all. Like I feel like AJ, if someone's gonna get people militarized, like I feel like AJ should have been the one to go. And then last episode, you could have sent home really anybody. But I can see why Indy could go ahead and go.
Yeah, the Indy vote was just risky, and even in that moment, I see why you wouldn't do AJ just yet because they don't know he's that smart. But I feel like, and I get why Laura wouldn't want to do Rich. I think that was the issue at the time. They thought they had Rich. They didn't see any of the other boys as smart enough to even care. But it's like, don't underestimate your competition because no, the boys aren't smart. But you still should make sure the girls have majority before you move forward. But then again, Indy telling all our business.
And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Anything I'm fine with. I think my issue now is
moving forward.
They sent home a woman that gave them a majority, and then they sent home a man that wasn't really connecting anything. Like he would have been irrelevantly going after Miles the entire time. So I just feel like the play this last episode should have definitely been AJ.
Yeah. So AJ has a diary room that the Girls Alliance got exposed at the last tribal. They're clearly walking around finger popping each other's assholes. And the boys are acting like nothing is happening. Like they don't care what's going on. Clearly, I'm the only brain in the tribe.
And girl, are you?
He's not.
Act the fool, girl. He was acting the fool this episode.
He was acting a whole fool.
He said, Indy left. Now it's my turn.
And now it's me. Okay. I'll take the reins. So yes, he feels like he needs to harp on the fact that the girls have the minority right now and the boys have the majority. So he goes around and he's sending
and you see how none of the other men clocked that? That's why AJ needs to go.
It is why
the other man didn't give a damn because they was worried about 10 different other things.
That is
AJ should have been the one to go.
So he's walking around hinting to the other boys that we could all vote together. The girls could get majority if we don't lock in. So put a pin in that. They head to the reward challenge. They lose as they have been
streak bad.
Yes, it's been real bad.
When you factor in the immunity, because I don't be really paying attention to the reward winner, but then talking about it, it's like, damn, they keep losing.
Yeah, because they won the last reward, and then that was it. They've lost since then. They lost immunity, reward, immunity,
a mess.
The second reward, like it's getting bad. It's real bad. So they lose the reward challenge. We see Brawn for a while, so we don't get the brains anymore, and then we head to immunity. Lose the immunity challenge. This immunity challenge was the one where they had to kind of race through the obstacles and collect these poles, and then they had to tie the poles together so they can knock something down, and then they could throw some shit. You get it. It's Survivor. But they lost this one too, and it's like what I'm realizing is they lose every type of immunity challenge because this one you had to throw shit, but the last one they had to slide down. I'm like, damn, y'all been losing the rewards and the immunities.
I saw someone say they lost their puzzle person. So I'm assuming that maybe Indy.
Yeah, Indy was the one who solved the first puzzle. So
gag it, mama. I didn't remember that.
Yep, it was her. So it could get real bad.
I mean, that coven magic. Yep, that's why I should have kept Indy, girl. Should have did that purry to make sure they won. Okay.
No, what would be gaggy is if they keep losing and keep voting out men, and then the man goes, and then the man goes, and then the man goes, and then the man goes. Coven. Ooh,
that would be gaggy, mama.
Ooh, I need to see the coven needs to make the merch. All 5 of them. Truly, honestly, unless one of them piss me off. I hope they don't. We'll see.
They're keeping the Q for right now. I don't know why. It's like Laura, I'm getting some weird aura. But Logan, Allie, and Karen, that's my girls.
Period.
Now Zara, I don't know her yet.
I love Logan. Oh my God, we're gonna get into it. So they head back to camp after losing the immunity challenge. Kent, who thinks he runs this shit, he asked Miles. People are walking around. He asked Miles. He's like, so what's your plan moving forward? What are you gonna do? And Miles was like, I don't know, probably just wait for a name, maybe. And Kids was like, oh, okay, so you're just gonna close your eyes on and wait for an answer. That's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna walk around and close your. And Miles is like, what's happening? Like, I'm confused. Miles is confused. I guess Ken just felt like he needed to assert his dominance. Or
like
something.
it's so weird. That's when it gets
It's
into like
weird.
this obsessive territory. And it's like I can see how people will see it as racially motivated or some type of weird energy. Because why are you like trying to pick on this boy? Leave him
trying to pick
alone.
on him. He's trying to pick on him. It's like, what are you doing? He really just needs to assert his dominance as a man. And it's like, there's men out there like Kent who they don't feel like a man unless they're above somebody else or they're belittling somebody else. And that's clearly all he does. That's why he burned Max Hat. He burned Max Hat because he wanted to sun him in his little weird mind. And he's treating Miles like this because he wants to sun him in his little weird mind. Whole time you went home first.
What's crazy, I feel like as far as talking to people, he's only talked to like Max or Miles. He don't even like Miles. Like,
and he burned Max
talking to
nobody. And he thinks he runs the tribe. It's actually insanity.
He's delusional.
I'm glad he went home.
I don't think it was the best move. Make you a multimillionaire? Yes. Girl, let me get delusional.
Look at Musk. Elon.
Ooh.
Let me shut up before they
demonetize. We already DEI. This is a DEI podcast, girl. They will shut us down. Keep it cute. Keep it cute, mama.
Let me shut up. But boom. So Ken is pressing Miles. Don't know why. The girls are all agreeing we can just vote Kent. They feel like they can just vote Kent. It's fine. Laura's like, I can get one of these boys on our side. So she tells Miles, look, Kent is the vote. And at this point, I'm like, okay, Kent is going home. We're good, right?
But this is Survivor Australia.
This is Survivor Australia. So AJ has a diary room and he says, well, look, this is the dumbest vote of all time. Kent or Miles? That's what we're going to do?
And it pissed me off because his next sentence was that Kent is good for me. So I want to do something smart. So it's the dumbest vote of all time because it's not benefiting you. Like, just say, oh, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to make sure the vote is on someone else.
Right. Or this is bad for me, so I'll do something that's good for me. Because
calling them stupid is like, what?
Like,
and it's like he do.
And that's the first place his mind went. His mind went straight to everybody else is dumb and I'm the only smart one here. Who the fuck are you?
Literally. Mind you, he forges this plan, fucks it up because he got too goddamn trigger happy, and then can't end up going home anyway.
Yeah. And when you vote, and when he voted, oh, this is so stupid. It could have been you, loser.
You're so stupid. I wish it would have been him. That would have been, that would have been Chef's kiss if it was him.
I wish it was him. Oh, I wish it was him. So he goes to Miles, and his plan is, this is his big plan. His big plan is to vote Logan because Logan has a lot of good connections, and he feels like she needs to go. So he tells Miles about this plan, and Miles is like, I mean, that's a very dangerous plan. So I'd be down, but just be careful about what you're saying. So he goes to Kaylin.
Don't be sorry, ho. Be careful.
Be careful, ho. He goes to Kaylin. He tells Kaylin the plan that they should probably vote Logan. He has a diary room. He's like, well, I got the boys, but I want to flex my muscles a little bit. I want to show that I'm really that nigga.
Girl, I'm telling you, the girls want to be icons. The girls want to be that girl. Like they're not here. They're not here to just be the best on this season. They want to feel like, girl,
that's their problem. They're not. You're not Shawnee. Okay? You're not George. You're not Kirby. You're not Ferris.
You're not.
You're AJ.
You're AJ.
You're AJ.
And the thing is, AJ is still here. So I'm like, ooh, because there was one or two times in Titans versus Rebels. What was that? Oh, what was that woman's name? What was that woman's name? I can't remember. Ah!
Carolina.
Yes, a sweet Caroline. Ooh, you ate that. Fucking Caroline. When they got out Viola, when that alliance took out Viola, I was like, oh, I know Carolina's going home. That entire girl, Caroline got so goddamn far. I was sick. Ooh, I was fucking sick.
Oh, that's the lady you didn't like the whole season.
Yes, I did not like that lady. It's after she got out Viola, I was done with her, and I was just waiting for her to go home. And girl, very disappointed. Very disappointed. She was there so long. I ended up liking her towards the end, but I was over her. I was over her at first. I was like, you got out Viola, I'm done.
So child. AJ, yes. AJ wants to flex his muscles and try to flip one of the girls. And he says, I can use my charm. I can use my sexy body. Mind you, girl, you are not Ferris. I'm sorry. Girl, I don't know who you thought you was going to charm, honey. But hey, Not
Girl,
me.
you haven't watched Ferris. She was talking about something. You ain't Ferris.
I know Ferris's body.
Girl, Ferris with the charm. Girl,
Woo.
girl, I would have been just like Raymond. Girl, whatever you need, Ferris, or whatever.
Ferris could have said, "Go in there and write Pharaoh down," and I would have said, "Yes, sir," and I would have wrote my own name down.
Girl, he would have had me writing JLP. Girl, Jeff
would have me writing Jesus. I would do anything for Ferris.
I can win the money and give it all.
Mind you, I'm saying this. All I have is seen clips. I haven't even seen the season, and I would do anything that man wants. So imagine if I've been in person. He's standing above me because he's a little bit taller. He's standing above me. I'm looking up.
Okay, keep it cute. Girl. Keep it cute. You're going
that's your man.
Too much detail.
He has a podcast. Have you watched?
I'm not gonna tell you what I do.
Oh, I watch my man's podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
Wish you had one.
A man. So he goes to Allie. He's like, "Look, Allie, if I have an idea, it's like a big idea. Do you think you'd be down as long as it's not either of us?" And she's like, I think I'd be down. Just let me know, and then I'll tell you. But I think I get what you're putting down. She does not get what the fuck he's putting down. She has no idea what he's
like, girl. She was not picking it up at all, baby. Like, and what's funny is like, why was there no clarification? He said,
he was being so ambiguous.
And she said, okay, I'm picking it up. He said, you're picking it up? So he left thinking, oh, she's down with the plan. And she left thinking, well, he's going to let us get out rich. It's all good.
Like, what?
It's not all good.
Are you? And then honestly, his idea of convincing one of the girls to vote a girl is already stupid.
Stupid as hell.
The approach is crazy because he's going to her on
that girl for real.
He's going to her on some sneaky shit, on some, I got the numbers already, and I'll just let you know if we're really gonna do it. And it's like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? But we move. So Allie thinks he's talking about voting Rich, which she is very down for because she doesn't fuck with him. So she goes to Logan and she's like, girl, guess what? AJ just came to me and I think he's ready to vote Rich. So we could definitely vote Rich. I'm down for this plan, honey. And Logan was like, yes, girl, we could get Rich out of here. We just got to convince Laura and it's on. So Logan goes to Laura and she's like, look, girl, Laura, I know we working with Rich, but it's his time to go. AJ is thinking about voting him. And Laura's like, AJ thinking about voting him? And she's like, yes, we don't know for sure. But we think
they don't know at all.
And this was so hilarious, but they were really like, they were going to work. And I love the girls. Because Allie was going to work with Logan. Logan was going to work with Laura. They was going to get this rich man out. Whole time AJ talking about taking out Logan. Girl, it was bad. It was a real
part of the plan isn't even there.
It was real.
But that's the thing. Even he then eventually submits by the end of the episode. So it's like, if they can't, because next preview we saw like the guys kind of coming together, and I bet my bottom dollar AJ is rounding that up, which is another reason why he needed to go. But if they can't take majority next episode, it's over.
It's over. And so yes, AJ pulls Allie to the side. Finally lets her know what he was really thinking.
And I was scared here. I was like, Allie, girl, this is the test, mama.
She is in the coven, honey.
Girl, she heard that and went right back to the coven.
Did. So he lets her know that it's Logan. Allie was like, oh. She was like, I don't like that plan in the moment. I don't like that plan. And he was like, well, if you don't like it, we don't have to do it. And she was like, I don't like that plan. And AJ's like, oh, they're so boring in the diary. He's like, oh, they're so boring. They want to do the boring thing.
So at first they were stupid because they don't want to do what you want. Now they're boring because they don't want to do what you want.
Mind you, what you want is the worst thing for them.
Like
you want her to take out another girl, so
to her closest ally.
Are you dumb? And you know what kills me? You know how on Survivor, a lot of the time someone will have a conversation, and if you immediately go and talk to the person, then you can clock like, oh, they're probably telling her exactly what I said. Allie went to Logan right after his conversation with her twice, and he did not clock that her and Logan were cool. I don't understand why he's not understanding that Allie and Logan are friends, but they talk to each other often. They were talking to each other the night when they told Indy. They talked to each other twice today because Allie keeps telling her what you said. Why aren't you realizing other people's relationships? You thought Allie was going to vote out Logan? Are you stupid?
Arrogance. The same reason why he calling them all stupid and dumb because they don't want to do what he want to do. It's because he thinks that the entire tribe revolves around him and his own head.
That's crazy.
Stupid. And then he tells her, oh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell nobody.
Girl.
And mind you, Allie, as soon as Allie sees Logan, she says, we need to talk immediately. immediately. So they go and talk, and she lets him know, girl, why the fuck is he saying your name? She didn't say it like that. But basically, she was like, he trying to fuck with the coven.
And
Logan
was like, me? Gagged.
She was like, me? Don't say my name. Don't do the coven thing. AJ. Like, what? So Logan was livid. She went to the rest of the coven and she's like, he's trying to say my name. Is it a problem? Do we need to vote him? Is it giving that? I'm
Laura
thinking,
said, what?
No, Laura was gagged. She was like,
you was shook the fuck up. Okay.
Girl. I'm thinking they are agreeing to vote AJ. Wrong. They're contemplating.
And it's like, no. And
like,
this would have fully sold me on Logan being my mother. Like, she should have made sure AJ left this episode.
I agree.
Period.
Immediately.
And she's like, I want AJ in the ground. Yep. He needs to go. Yep. You put my name out and then you send home, kid. Girl, take the man out. Don't edge us like that.
Don't edge us like that. Because we get to tribal and it's clear that she really wanted to. I feel like she should have just put her foot down. But at the tribal council, she's whispering to Laura, all tribal council, should we do it this time or should we do it next round? Are we going to vote him or are we not?
That always pisses me off. There's no reason why you should be changing shit last minute at tribal. It should have been decided and we move. Yep. And it's so dumb because if something happens to the coven, I feel like this is the move that fucked them up.
I agree. I really hope that they can still stay locked in and secure. They probably can because, to be frank, they're just smarter than the boys.
And I don't think the boy, like, if they go to a vote, are those boys really gonna
lock in for each other? I don't think so. I don't.
It's rocks in Australia too, right? That's not like a different thing if you tie.
Interesting.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I would assume it's still rocks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're not standing on business. So as long as the girls stand on business, they should be good. But why even risk like keeping AJ around after that? I don't get it. But we move.
Okay. Would you ever go to rocks?
Fuck yeah.
I feel like I would do it. I would do it. I'd be like,
I'm going to rocks. I don't give a fuck.
So sad. If I went home after going to rocks, I'd be like, damn.
If you get the rock, damn. I can see why you would never go to rocks ever again.
Like, oh my god. But a part of me would be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. Yeah.
You know what image always pops up in my head? Blood versus Water, when it's like top 6 or something, and they had gone to rocks for the first time in forever.
Oh yeah, Sierra.
And it's the blonde girl, and she has the rock, and she's
no, it was actually so sad. Like I was so sad that it was her. Like that would have been a game-changing move for that season. It was annoying because like I hate when people want to get smart when it's too late. Like, girl, Sierra should have got smart one round before. Yeah. And then use the numbers to do it. But no, whatever. It is what it is.
So yeah, they vote out Kent instead of AJ, unfortunately. Everyone votes him out. I feel like he didn't even know he was getting one vote. He got all the votes with his dumb ass. And we're moving forward. This was the first 3 episodes. This was a fun tribe. I'm excited to see them continue to go to tribal council. No shade.
Yeah, very, very fun tribe. Honestly, like now we have to switch. It's like, ooh, girl, the Brawn. Because other than National episode 1, of course you don't get much episodes where they lose, but it's just like the characters I feel like I'm not as involved with, but it's honestly probably because we just didn't get much.
Yeah, we just didn't get much. I'm excited for them to go back because there were some previews of Nash fake crying, Noonan still having this beef. I really think it's giving Noonan versus Nash for sure. So that'll be
Nash the Rash.
Nash the Rash, honey.
Oh, Kingo says the challenge about to come on. Pharaoh.
The challenge what?
Y'all, she's a Thursday recap now. No shade, Survivor.
Yeah, the challenge is moving to a different night due to better programming. Sorry, but anyways, we're here at the Brawn Tribe. This should be shorter because they didn't go to tribal every fucking round. No shade.
No shade. This first episode was nasty though.
The first episode was nasty. So rewinding, y'all. We're going back to episode 1. We're here at the Brawn Tribe. It's giving green tealish. Don't know why the color was green. Once again,
it could at least been orange.
Something. Why green? Girl, boo. But anyways, we're here.
Same Charles. I like Noonan a lot. Like this tribe, Morgan, Kate, Noonan, and Nash. Honestly, they're doing it for me.
Zen was my man. Zen was my man. You know who I don't like? I don't know if this is a unpopular opinion. I don't like Paulie or Jesse. I feel like they have energy.
I mean, I feel like I don't know them enough to even know to dislike them.
That is true. I don't know them enough, but from the slight information I've seen, I don't like them. I don't like their energy because they're anti-Nash, but they're not cunt. They're just anti-Nash. Noonan is a cunt.
The girls was mad that Candy went home first, girl. That was like, not Courtney Yates' sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't get Courtney Yates, but she looked like her.
Candy?
Yes.
Girl, why would they say? Okay, y'all, I heard from Lee that the girls were saying Candy is giving Courtney Yates. I don't know if they just visually saw a skinny white girl with blonde hair and black eyebrows and thought Courtney Yates, but from the content I saw, which was not much, I didn't get a Courtney nor a Yates. The girls like Polly. I like how Polly looks.
Mm-hmm.
Polly's body is tea as fuck, but so far he's giving me a arrogance that I don't love. But girl, we've only got one diary.
Oh my God, you're right. Rudy says, "Oh my God, y'all, Kristen had one confessional at all." I don't even know who that lady is. This is the first time I seen her.
Oh, one of Nash's dumbass girl alliances.
Oh.
That's definitely what it is.
No, because you're not about to put Morgan and Kate in there. Morgan and Kate is not a dumbass girl.
Oh, I wasn't talking about them.
Oh, okay.
I like Ursula though, but for a different reason. Maybe just her name. I don't know.
Girl, you like
mind you, I call her Aurora early. But anyways, she reminds me of Aurora from season 39 of Survivor US. You probably don't remember her.
Yeah, let me Google it.
But boom, we start the episode off. We're at the reward challenge, of course. This is the one where they had to use the sandbag. They won this reward challenge, so they were starting off hot and heavy. They was doing really good. She's just a brolic ass girl who didn't do nothing. No shade. But yes, we get to the tribe, and immediately Nash is looking for an idol. When he was looking for an idol, me and Lee are on the phone, and I'm like, "Why is this nigga looking for an idol like he gonna find one?" I blink. He found it. I was like,
Gaggy.
Gag me, King.
Oh, did we talk about who found the idol on Brain?
Who found the idol on Brain?
I thought somebody found the idol on Brain.
Oh, he did.
Didn't they get a clue? Yeah. It was someone got a clue.
He did.
Oh, was that Noonan? No,
that was Polly.
That was Polly. So it was both on Braun.
It was both on Braun.
So no one in Brain.
Yeah, oh wow! You know what? They were both on Braun.
Okay. See this? Look, this was the time where I was like, "Girl, I don't know what's happening." So okay. So does that mean Brain? That mean Brain has two as well then?
Or because Nash got used, they replaced it.
Oh, that makes more sense. Why am I acting dumb? Like I don't remember Survivor.
Right,
girl.
But yeah, like, I guess so Nash immediately found the idol, and I was like,
okay. He didn't find it with a clue. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, but one tried to find it with a clue, and he didn't. But it's like, no, he just found it, and then someone else had to find it with a clue.
Yep. He ate that up. He did. And so he got my attention.
Wait.
My attention.
Brains is doing all of that mess and no one looked for an idol, not even Kent.
Kent didn't think he was going home.
You're right.
Miles ran the child.
I feel like women
Miles had his plan to chill.
Girl, go chill and look for an idol.
Girls don't be looking for idols like that.
It's kind of gaggy that they don't. But then I'd be like, it's sometimes like you need an idol. Three.
We're not gonna blame that on her. We're not gonna do that. But yes, Nash immediately finds the idol. I was gagging a little bit. I was like, okay, let me pay attention to this man. Clearly he's something. He pulls Zen to the side because Zen is right near him. And he shows Zen the idol. He's like, look, I got this idol. We just need to find our group. If we find our group, then we can lock in. And that's just that on that. And Zen was like, okay, girl, like it is what it is.
And I can't even blame him for going to Zen because I want to tell Zen all my information too.
Me too. Especially in that Speedo.
My God. The fact that we cannot see that.
Oh my God. Like it just
I'm about to crash out.
God.
Oh, Reality Kingdom live in 30 minutes.
Because y'all, we're supposed to be doing our Survivor US draft after this. So I mean
slide into it.
Slide over there.
Love Survivor.
But yes, Zen looked amazing. And in this moment, he was working with Nash, and I thought he was genuinely going to just work with Nash, but we see what Nash does, because when they go back to everybody else, Nash is wearing the idol on his neck. Now, has Ferris done something like this? Has Ferris or Kirby done something like this? What made him think to do this? Is this
Ferris? That was a situation where he did put it on at the tribal. Oh, he looked so good that night too. He took his shirt off.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. That's a man. So I could definitely see that's where he got the strategy from. Like in general, though, like the girls want to do the stunts in the shows, and I live for
But it's
it.
episode 1. It's round 1.
I don't give a damn.
You don't want to make it into the game before you start. I guess Nash is still in the game. I'll give him that, honey. But yes, he has the idol around his neck. He's walking around, tapping niggas on the shoulders. Look what I got. You see this? Eating it up. Well, he thinks.
That's the thing. I feel like it's do it in a situation where you're being targeted. This is the first day.
No one cared. Now we're just like,
we don't even know you.
Literally. What's his name
This
again?
is my first impression of you, Baba. I just met you.
Like,
and now you telling me you got an idol?
It was crazy. And Noonan is immediately like, ooh, I do not fuck with that. It is not going to give, I'm
not
saying
Nash the Rash.
It's not going to give he runs the tribe and I'm gonna be up under him. I'm not doing that. And I gotta get rid of Nash the Rash.
Period.
And she will. I hope. Well, we'll see.
Low-key, I feel like Nash is gonna be one of them cracked people that can just stay for a while.
Yeah, I see that too. No shade.
Pre-merge is very long in Survivor Australia though, so I still feel like pre-merge, but I can still see it being for a while.
I agree. He reminds me of AK from the season I'm watching. Actually, he's very AK like.
AK was cracked because I do remember that first episode.
But AK started
doing a lot.
AK started controlling it. I don't know.
And he came back and did really well apparently too. So
All Stars, interesting.
I know he came back. Probably
interesting. He was on All Stars, so I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm interested in that. I want to see him on All Stars. But yeah, he did good, and then Tara took him out. Tara bitch ass. Ugh. But Tara kind of reminds me of like a Noonan type of energy as well. So that's interesting. But anyways, Nash wearing the immunity necklace around his neck. Noonan don't fuck with it. And then we get to the immunity challenge, and he still has the idol around his neck.
So not only are you gonna piss off people in your tribe, you want to piss off people on the other tribe too.
Yes. Brain's tribe is like, what the fuck? His tribe is like, what the fuck? I don't know. So this is a challenge. They have to drag the snake through the mud. They lose this challenge. And a part of it is because Nash is saying, I'm good at puzzles. Let me do the puzzles. I like puzzles. He gets to the puzzle. My God. And he fucking flops. He's literally, his hands are above his head at a point. At one point, he's tossing the puzzle pieces on the other side. He's looking around. What's happening?
And it's like, wasn't helping at all. Like, he should have been sent home off that alone.
Ooh, they said don't compare Noonan to Tara. Hold on. Y'all don't like Tara? I fucking hate Tara. Tara is a ugh.
Who's Tara?
And I thought, when I saw her, I will say, this is the thing. I'm able to separate how I like somebody with the content they provide. I thought she was worthy of All Stars due to how involved she was in that season. But I was hoping she wasn't on it, and I don't think she is. Thank God.
I Google her, and they literally say she's known for her robbery with AK.
She is, because she made that her whole storyline. Girl, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. And then she started sucking Lockie dick for the rest of the season. Girl, Lockie don't want you. She's just all up under him.
Girl. Wait, did you finish the season?
No.
Girl, I just read something nasty. Girl.
Oh no.
She may not be doing nothing for the rest of the season, girl. You need to finish.
Oh no. But yeah, she was just.
Who is Jericho?
She was a lot. Who is Jericho?
Mm-hmm.
To me, a flop, but that's Luke's boyfriend, even though he's transphobic and homophobic.
Well,
Jericho,
that little short dude.
Short dude.
He wins.
It seems like he's gonna win. He wins. He actually wins. I was literally watching, and I was like, Jericho's gonna win. He reminds me of the season 1 winner, the 2016 winner. She kind of had an energy where I was like, she's not gonna win, and then she ended up winning. And Jericho has that same energy, so I'm like, he could end up winning too. Lockie is not fine, girl. Boo. I didn't like Jericho that much. No shade. But anyway, let me get that. He screams winner. I'm not surprised he won. But anyway, so they lose immunity because of Nash. And back at camp, Nash pulls Zen to the side. And he's like, I'm thinking Candy. Let's vote Candy. Pushing that agenda.
At least it's not like camp where it's like, I'm going to tell one person to go to bed. Nash was really trying to get this target on this girl.
That's true. Then he goes to Ursula, Kristen, and PD. And he's like, look, this is the group. We need to lock in. It'll be us. And then the rest of them will be out of it. And we all need to vote Candy. As long as we vote Candy, we're good. Kristen was like, this is like a forced alliance, but I think I'm gonna go with it. And we see that's what she does. So boom, Nash is pushing this agenda. He's trying to make sure all of this is happening on this side. And Jesse and Noonan, but mainly Jesse, he's like, look, if he don't use his idol, he's going the fuck home. And we see literally everybody else, Jesse, Noonan, Paulie, Morgan, Kate, Ben, and Candy, discuss that everybody else is under Nash's little spell. They all have the Nash rash. So we're all just going to vote against them. We either need to flush this idol or we need to take out Ursula since he's his number one main apple scrapple. So let's split the votes. So they plan on splitting the votes like 4-3, 5-2, whatever it was. So they can flush Nash's idol and they can vote out Ursula. That's the plan.
Now, clearly Morgan and Kate was not listening.
They was not listening. PD and Zen were, though, because PD and Zen, although they were in Nash's imaginary group, they hear about the plan and they're like, look, we want to work with the majority. So we're going to go over there with the majority of the people and we're going to work with them. So let me move them over here temporarily. PD and Zen, they're over there for now. So they're like, look, we're going to work with them. We're going to vote with them. We're going to do the majority thing. We're all going to vote together. Da, 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 da. So they're everyone's plan except Ursula, Kristen, and Nash is to vote Ursula and Nash. Splits the votes. So that's what we're looking at, right? Child. Nash goes to Kate and Morgan and he's like, look, we're all voting Candy. And if you don't vote Candy, it's giving it might be one of you next, specifically Kate. Kate was like, I mean, you haven't really pulled me to a chat before this, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be voting this way. And this is when she has the diary and she's like, Nash is implying if I don't vote with him, I could be next. And I don't need to risk that at all. So she pulls Morgan to the side and she's like, girl, we could vote Candy or we could vote Ursula. We have options.
I did kind of get scared because I do love Kate and Morgan. My divas of the season. Like, I love them bad. Like, they're definitely trying to steal Viola and Valeria's nachos, but I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna let them have it, mama. Mm-hmm. I just love them so bad. But I didn't know how to feel about this decision only because, like, I can see how it could come off as like, well, y'all aren't trustworthy. And I don't feel like Nash is necessarily long for the game.
Yeah.
And also, am I right? This didn't put them in a majority. Now, Zen is home, is out now. So it's kind of giving half and half. But like, I wouldn't want to put that much trust in Nash as a player. He's too sporadic for me.
I agree. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking. I wish we had a little bit more information because we don't know the full dynamics of this big group over here. But I guess maybe Kate and Morgan felt like they weren't in on the big group of it all. I do think Jesse, Noonan, and Paulie kind of have more of a outward personalities and they're doing a lot more. We see on episode 3, Paulie says Noonan is his closest ally. So it's clear that Noonan and Paulie are really close. Jesse was the main part of this. So maybe they fell at the bottom, but I just don't.
It doesn't seem like they want to work with Nash. It just seems like they were like scared of the possibility. And it's like, girl, Nash don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
I agree. But yeah, so they head to tribal council with this idea that they can vote either way. Nash has a diary room that he's not even playing his idol. I was like, hold the fuck on, but luckily he doesn't do that. But we get to the tribal council. He still has his necklace out, his immunity idol out. They're calling him out real bad. Paulie's like, I don't understand why you're wearing your necklace because obviously we're gonna flush that shit. I don't know who you think you are. They just seem like they really don't fuck with him. And
he's annoying. I would be very annoyed by him.
I will say he is very annoying. And I was surprised that they were so outwardly against him, and then they kind of didn't get what they want because they wanted Candy to stay, Ursula to go. And then it didn't happen. And it's like, y'all had a lot of smoke at tribal council thinking y'all had a lot of dip on y'all chip.
Like, he low-key ate y'all up a little bit. Like, no shade.
He ate y'all the fuck up. He really did. But yes. So they're having a discussion. They're calling him out a little bit. Ursula does mention after one of her questions that some of the votes are going my way, some are going Candy way, and there are certain people who could vote a certain way and a different outcome could happen. And then we see Kate and Morgan kind of whisper to each other if they're going to stick with the plan they made. They say yes. Nash uses his idol, and we see Kate and Morgan flip their votes. voted with Nash, Kristen, and Ursula against Candy. And because the other side split, Candy went home. 5 votes for Candy, 4 for Ursula, and 3 for Nash.
Bye, Courtney Yates, girl.
It was real. Don't you dare disrespect Courtney Yates. Good God. So yes, so
I miss personalities like Courtney. Like honestly, people always say it, but like that's really what we need. We need villains back. Like because like Kent, crazy. I love it. Kent, Nash,
yeah,
crazy. I live. AJ, I live a little bit. Like
we do need.
I want someone to be this villain and also kill it because like the villains in Survivor US really ate it up. That's why on Heroes versus Villains there was no real competition, especially when Suri went home pre-jury. So we need those again real bad. That's why everyone was like, "Oh, Venus gag, we love Venus because girl, that's the most villainousness we've seen in years."
That is true,
and she was a mild villain. She didn't want to be a villain. She was just honest.
Yeah. Child, but yeah, they flipped, and it was honestly like you said, they were not flipping into the majority. I don't even know if I don't think they're tied to Nash. I think
like it wasn't like we're working with the alliance. It was just like, well, that thing, like I feel like she didn't even like conceptualize what he was saying. He was like, your name may be out, and she said, hold on, let's pivot, which I respect, but also it's just scary. Like, did you overreact? Did you overcorrect? You know, I guess we'll just see. Because, like I said, Morgan and Kate are obviously a duo. They're two bad bitches. You know how people feel about bad bitches. It's like,
that's true.
I don't know.
I wish more people would make moves like this sometimes, because if you make a move where you're keeping a big threat in over you, it can be helpful, because Nash staying means that they're probably still going to want to vote Nash because they have this like personal angriness towards him. Noonan personally really does not like him. Pauly really doesn't like him personally. So even though they flipped, I think they're going to have to handle Nash or want to handle Nash.
My fear would be, okay, after Nash goes, who's next? Or let's say Nash finds another idol, or players like Nash are so unpredictable that you can't just say he's going to go home. They may take out because I'm close to him. Like you never know. So it's like I wouldn't have took that risk.
That's very true. But look, we'll see how it happens. We'll see how it works out, because it was very risky. But I don't know. I wish they did go to another tribal, because I don't know how the other people responded to it. We got no diary rooms about Pauly or Noonan's perspective really of it. Like the next day on episode 2, Nash was trying to figure out who voted against him. But we don't see Noonan and Pauly trying to figure out who flipped on them. Maybe they just knew, or they didn't care. But it doesn't seem like they.
Yeah, like do they know that it was PD and Zen, or do they still think it was Morgan and Kate?
Right.
What was hilarious about Nash is that he didn't give a fuck. He just wanted to know who voted him.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That nigga's sick. I don't know. I kind of live. I live
for it. So he pulls Zen to the side. He calls him out and is like, "Hey, did you vote for me? What's T?" And Zen tells him, he's like, "Yeah, you know, I did flip. I flipped on you, but hey, Candy still went home, right?"
And honestly, I wouldn't need to hear anything else. You're right. Yeah.
Oh my God, please. I do think it's like, I think a part of it, you can't just lie to somebody's face, because he probably knew, or he probably would have figured it out. So I get why Zen had to tell the truth, but I don't know. He just didn't really.
I wouldn't tell the truth to Nash. I would not be scared of Nash. I wouldn't. That's true. I wouldn't think nothing of Nash. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't. Like, girl, your entertainment out here for me.
That's very true. I think Zen was in a good
preview
too.
Tito says we haven't seen the episode with Morgan and Kate fighting Nash at the tribal.
Oh,
that's gonna be gaggy.
That is gonna be gaggy. But yes. So he tells Zen tells him that he flipped, and then we get to the reward challenge. This is the one they lost, the one reward they lost, because after this they keep winning, no shade. So they lose this one,
and then they Nash, basically
because of Nash again. And then they go to the reward. I mean, they go to the immunity, and this is the one where they have to do the target thing and land the bags on the targets, and they win this immunity. So we're done with them for the episode. Yeah. They ate episode 2 up.
And then they eat episode 3 up.
They eat episode 3 up.
Okay.
But this episode 3, this is when Pauly gets that idol, because Nash used his.
Okay.
So they do the reward for episode 3. They eat the reward up because they're on a winning streak. And when they go back, as they're eating their food, Pauly sees on his napkin a map.
It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map.
Ooh. Period. So yes, he sees a map on his napkin and he hides it. Afterwards, he goes and he tries to find the idol. While he's looking for the idol, Noonan is looking around for the map because she knows there's a clue somewhere in this reward. Which shout out to Noonan. She's here to play this game.
Noonan. I really do. I feel like we don't. I don't know. It's just like damn. Like we don't get energies like this. I feel like
in US Survivor, we don't. Mm-hmm. We really don't. It's never like an iconic. Like I don't get this iconic energy like this. Like she's here to play at every step of the game. Period. There is someone on this new cast who I'm hoping can give this type of energy. So we'll see. We'll get into the new cast.
We'll talk about it in 30 minutes.
At
7:30.
Okay. 14 minutes. Counting down. Let me hurry up. But yes, Polly goes, he finds the item. He comes back, Noonan, knowing that somebody got a clue, is like, did you see a clue? He decides he's going to tell her that he got a clue, but not tell her that he found the idol. I don't get it.
It's just dumb. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I would assume she's going to ask to see the map. I would assume she's going to ask to see the map. She's going to go over there and she's not going to see it. And it's like 1, 2 = 3. Hello.
You probably already got it.
Like, so if he was going to tell her, he should have just told her exactly where it was at. I wouldn't have said anything. I guess he thought like, oh, she knew I was lying, which I don't know. I'm a bad player, but I wouldn't assume she know I'm lying. I would just say I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. But why would she think he has it randomly?
Yeah. I feel like he should just, maybe he thought because she's asking, maybe she saw me get it. Because she's literally asking me. So I guess, but
I ain't seen nothing.
He should have just, he said Noonan is his closest ally. It's day 10. No, it's not even day 10. It's like day fucking 6 of a 45, 49, 52 day ass game. You're going to tell Noonan you have the idol eventually. Or Noonan's going to need it, or you're going to need it, or she's going to need to help you with it. If that's your closest ally, you might as well have just told her. It's like this specifically Survivor Australia, it's too long.
Like all they need to do is get him in trouble.
Like I don't get it. I feel like he should have just told her or just shut up. But
so they say by episode 3, it's days 6 through 7.
So it's like day 6, and you still have 50 days left, and you think you're gonna keep the secret from Noonan for the rest of the game. Like you're gonna eventually have to use it. She's gonna eventually see you use it and know that you're lying. Like it just, I don't know. Just tell her. Just tell her. Or shut up. But anyways.
Really just shut up.
He gets the idol. He doesn't tell Noonan. We see a scene of Zen. He's in the water, and he notices that one of his hands are swollen. Yeah,
and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, "Oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter."
I thought he got like bit.
Yeah, like oh, he'll be fine.
So we get to the immunity challenge. Everyone is there except him. Oh, he comes walking in.
We were scared. I was so scared. I was so scared to fall. I was like, "Where's Zen? Where's Zen?" And then he came walking. I was like, "Oh, okay, we're good." And I saw the cast. I was like, "Girl, he can still wear that out there." Like, what?
I thought he could wear the cast out there too, but apparently he fractured one of his fingers. So because of that, they're pulling him from the whole
like deep fracture. I guess like it went like to like the shoulder. He said something about up to the elbow or something.
Mm-hmm. Girl, I guess. So they got to pull him from the game, which is so unfortunate because when it comes to the eye candy, I mean, Polly has a cute body, but the face ain't facing for me. On the Brawn Tribe, yuck. What the fuck am I gonna do? So I'm tweeting. I told my Twitter, I'm like, I guess I got to be straight this season because Kate, gorgeous. Morgan looks good. Like I'm just gonna have to get into the girls, honestly, because the boys not giving. I told you
we lost the trade of the season.
Oh my god. No,
for real.
Like I have no eye candy, and that's what drives me in these shows. Like I'm just gonna have to stick with Nash. Nash is kind of cute.
Oh god, y'all, let's go ahead and get off this. This was Pharaoh starting.
No, I mean just look at his face.
Zen is medically evacuated from the game. He can no longer play. And that's when we get into the immunity, where the Brawn win immunity again. Gag it, even though they didn't have Zen, obviously the strongest competitor. So.
So yes, so moving forward, I don't think it's 5 versus 5 because obviously Kate and Morgan are not gonna stay close to Nash. Nash really just got his dumbass girl alliance, Ursula and Kristen.
Stop calling it that.
And Polly, I didn't call it that. That was what
the girls are saying. He is the Russell Hands of Survivor Australia, which definitely giving.
He's giving Russell Hands for sure. Not even Kaylin.
I was gonna say I think Kaylin is cute, but it's nowhere near Zen. It would be like a settling thing. So these next few episodes, don't be surprised if I start saying like, "Oh, Kaylin looks a little." Ooh, man.
Oh, you can settle, but I can't settle for Nash.
you settle for anything.
That's just not anything.
You could ask the kingdom; they're aware of your desperateness.
I think I'm just gonna have to stick with Polly.
Wait,
Nash
what's
is cute,
Polly
Pharaoh.
again?
Yes, Nash is cute, Pharaoh. Don't let them silence you. Thank you.
Child.
Thank
Y'all
you.
do not encourage him.
Nash is cute, child. But yes, that was it, y'all.
That was it. No shade. Someone asked about the ratings. Look, y'all see how long we here.
Look,
that's giving merge activities. Okay,
look,
we'll catch y'all in the merge.
Maybe
Maybe
we'll rank them at the merge. Maybe.
Don't hold us to it.
Allegedly. Because them rankings, no shade, 24 people.
Girl would be here for 2 hours.
I would have got confused. We would pull somebody out like, shit, I don't know. Maybe mid. Lee would have been like, well, I think they're And we got another podcast. So anyways, that was that. Make sure y'all slide into our Survivor US cast draft. We will be drafting the cast of Survivor US literally right the fuck now. Make sure y'all get into our other motherfucking podcast because we are doing a lot. We're doing the Traders. We're doing the challenge tomorrow on Thursday. Sorry. We're doing Drag Race. We are going to be doing Survivor Australia for the rest of the season and Survivor US for the rest of the season and Amazing Races coming up, and we will be doing that. And we have a surprise for you guys coming up very, very soon. So put a pin in that as well.
You know, TRK, we bring the originals, mama. We do.
We bring it. Okay. So definitely get into that. If you want to vote for any of the shows that we have listed to do for our reality rewind, make sure you click the link in the motherfucking description. And like I said, slide over to our Survivor US podcast that we will be doing right now. And thank you for keeping it real to Kingdom, baby. We're sliding over.
We're sliding over.
Amen.